What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Eddie Knight, hip hop artist, producer, and self-proclaimed CBD connoisseur, and I'm back. But it's not going to be a CBD hemp flower review today. Today, we're going to be going over the top 10 strains mid-year. Hope everybody's week is going well, man. Mine's been a little bit stressful, so I'm definitely sparking up. And I also got me some CBD hemp seed made hemp flower beer that I'm gonna try today. So hopefully that's pretty good. But yeah, man, keep in mind this list. I haven't tried every single CBD strain there is in the world. I'm also pretty biased. I love me some indica strains, but there's a few sativa sprinkled in out there as well. By the way, if you like this type of content, if you're a CBD flower user or lover, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button because we're going to be dropping videos every single week. I have another giveaway at 750 subs and we're almost there. Got my mystery CBD strain blunt right here. It's got multiple strains in here, like pretty much any strain of keef that was left in my keef tray, plus a little bit of extra pine berry and spectrum CBD flower. But let's go ahead and get into the top 10. That's funny. It like smells kind of like weed. All right, guys, even though I am an indica lover, I told y'all there's some sativa sprinkled in out here as well. For number 10, we have the Lifter, which is a sativa strain. It's usually either a sativa or a hybrid strain that's a sativa dominant. It's a pretty solid strain. I wasn't ever a huge fan of the sativas, but that one was like my first sativa strain that I ever had for as far as CBD goes. And I really enjoyed it. Had a pretty solid pine taste to it. The nug looked really good. I have a review over it in on my page. I put it in as the best CBD hemp flower for anxiety because I truly believe it is. I'm not somebody who like suffers from anxiety pretty heavily, so that's not necessarily what I use my bud for. But if you're that type of person, definitely check out the Lifter. I've had it from Plain Jane. I've also had it from 444 CBD LLC. I hear Monroe Farms has a really good lifter as well. So check out either of those three companies for your lifter strains, people. All right, next on the list, we got that Spectrum from Fern Valley Farms. Now, I've only seen this strain at Fern Valley. I haven't seen it anywhere else, but it is a flat out indica. Definitely gonna be your evening, nighttime smoke. It's a really good body feel. There's definitely some more indica strains out there that give you a better body feel than Spectrum does. But it's really, really solid. It's a pretty solid CBD percentage, 3% THC or whatever. And yeah, it's really, really solid. I still have like 7 grams of it here chilling because it's a really, really solid taste. Very, very reminiscent of, regular bud THC. If you're coming from being a THC smoker, that might be a plus for you. Honorary mention is going to be Special Sauce. Same to that aspect as well, but it's just a little harsh for me. So Special Sauce did not make my list. Moving on to number 8. It's going to be Strawberry Gelato. Man, I was hoping that Strawberry Gelato got higher on my list. I was really, really anticipating that Strawberry Gelato. And it was good, but just it wasn't what I expected it to be. I was expecting a lot more full flavor because a lot of black tie CBD strains do have that really full flavor. And if they say a fruit in the title, usually it is really, really fruity. And I'm really partial to my fruity strains. So I was hoping that this cracked like a little bit higher, but it just didn't. Got it falling in at number 8. It's an indica dominant strain. The reason that it did make my list is because the feel. The taste is decent, but that feel is really, really good. It's only clocking in at 11.95 CBD, but that 11.95 CD is lethal, and it creeps up on you. It creeps up on you super, super steady. You'll smoke it and you'll be feeling decent, but soon as you sit down on that couch or lay down in that bed, it's over. So moving on to number 7. It's going to be the Handy Dandy Pine Berry coming in at number 7. I just recently dropped a review over Pine Berry. I've seen a few companies that had it. Fern Valley had it at one point, if I remember correctly. But now the only place that I see it consistently is Plain Jane. I bought a whole ounce of it for like 36 bucks. I do like the shade of green. It's interesting because they actually look kind of like purple a little bit, like purple and green. So they look really, really cool. They smoke really, really well. It's a really, really consistent smoke. It's an indica dominant hybrid strain, so definitely gonna be for your evening and nighttime. Yeah, I definitely recommend Pine Berry from Plain Jane. That's the only place I've had it from. It might be some other places as well, but Plain Jane is the only one that I've had it from. Yo, that hemp beer is really interesting, man. You can really taste the hemp in there. Kind of tastes a little weedy, but it's good. It's passion fruit. It's 8% alcohol. You know, if you like a higher percentage of beer, that's not too shabby. But all right, let's get into number 6. Number 6, I got Sweet Tarts from Black Tie CBD. I love my fruity strains. Definitely more on the uplifting side, which is interesting because I usually don't do the uplifting strains too often, but that Sweet Tarts is really, really pleasant and a definitely consistent order for me. That taste, if we're just talking taste alone, it might be the best tasting CBD flower that I've ever had. So if taste is a big deal for you, I definitely recommend Sweet Tarts, especially if you're an indica person. It's an indica dominant hybrid that has a really, 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 really balanced feel that I really appreciate, even as an indica lover, man. All right, getting into the big dogs. We got the last 5 clocking in at number 5. We got Suver Haze. Now, some strains are going to be like THC strains and CBD strains, but Suver Haze, to my knowledge, is only a CBD hemp flower strain. Uh, I don't think this is a THC strain for Suver Haze. The kind of origins are unknown. It's like a blend of 3 different buds. It's really, really good. Another one of those that the taste is pretty reminiscent of THC, if that's your thing. If you're on a tolerance break from your THC, or if you're just trying to quit smoking THC and looking for something that you can still get a little bit of a feel from, Suver Haze is definitely a really, really good one. It's a 50-50 hybrid strain. Really, really balanced feel. You can do it in wake and bake, afternoon, evening, night, pretty much whenever. And it's a really, really good blending strain. Definitely recommend that Suver Haze. All right, number 4. This was probably the hardest one for me to place, to be honest, because it's probably second to that Sweet Tarts. It's probably my second favorite flavor if we're just talking flavor alone. Man, this orange cookies is coming in at number 4. That orange cookies was really, really hard for me to place. When I first made my list, it was at number 1. Then it moved down to number 2. It's a really, really good strain. It's super consistent, super solid, super balanced feel, but leaning more towards that chill nighttime vibe. It's an indica dominant hybrid, perfect CBD percentage. Really, really like super bold citrus taste to it, man. One of my favorite tasting buds, one of my favorite feeling buds. It really honestly kind of hurts me to put it at 4. Like it probably should be a little bit higher. I recommend this bud to pretty much anybody, but especially if you're an indica lover, because it's the indica dominant hybrid. Gets the job done. Tastes fire. All right, getting into the top 3. Here's where it gets really, really, really tough, and it's where it took me the longest to figure out which one's going to go where. So coming in at number 3 is Bubba Kush. That Bubba Kush, man, is going to be specifically for the evening in nighttime. It is a indica strain, period. You can find some hybrid Bubbas out there. I think Plain Jane has a hybrid Bubba, but most Bubba Kushes that you're gonna see are gonna be an indica strain. I don't know about y'all if you ever had Bubba Kush or what it does to your body. Everybody's makeup is a little different, but Bubba Kush, man, it puts me out of there. It knocks me smooth out. Like, it's probably one of the higher body highs that you're gonna get from CBD. Really good muscle relaxation if you suffer from muscle injuries and things like that, or somebody like me who just has trouble getting to sleep. Bubba Kush is it. It's also one of those that tastes very reminiscent of THC. Number 2. It's interesting this is so high because this is one of the first CBD strains that I ever had. And it was actually my first CBD hemp flower review. And that is T2 from Radix Remedies. Oh, man. This strain here is so fire. Like, I'm talking complete body relaxation. I'm talking straight couch potato status. That T2, oh man, it's like a mix of Trump 1 and something else. But it's an indica heavy, really indica heavy dominant strain. Definitely for the nighttime. I don't recommend for any other time than night. You better be ready to relax and bury into the couch or go to sleep because it hits different. It is really good. The stench on it is super dank. I only had pre-rolls. I can only imagine if I like broke it down and rolled it myself. Excuse me, if you're an indica lover, that's one that you have to try. You have to try T2. Getting into number 1, strain we've all been waiting for. My personal favorite strain, which is super interesting because it's a sativa dominant hybrid, and I'm a big indica guy. But my favorite strain that I can't seem to top as of right now is sour space candy. I can't seem to top it right now. It's been my favorite so far. Haven't seen one that was more consistent, with the flavor, it's not harsh. The nugs look good. They break down easy. They're really frosty. And maybe, who knows, in the second half of the year, maybe I'll find a strain that beats it. But as of right now, man, Sour Space Candy's sitting at the top for me. I've had it from Plain Jane. I've had it from 444 CBD LLC and Monroe Farms, and it's been consistent with every company that I've had it from. That's my favorite strain of the year so far. I'm hoping I find something that beats it or gives it a run for its money. But look, guys, let me know. Have you had any of the strains that I had on my list? Whether it be the Lifter, the, Strawberry Gelato, Spectrum, any of that. Have you had any of the strains that I mentioned on my list? What was your favorite? Is there any that I did not mention that you like? There's some honorable mentions that didn't make my list, which was Hawaiian Haze and Special Sauce and a few more. Is there any that I left off of the list that you personally love? All that, man. Let me know down in the comments, man. I'm going to go ahead and finish this. I didn't want this video to be too long. I'm going to finish this beer and get to sleep for sure, man. But I just want to say I appreciate y'all. I started doing these reviews 6 months or so ago. I'm a hip-hop artist, producer, and my YouTube channel was just kind of laying dormant. It never really got any use unless I was releasing a music video. So I just wanted to do something and start revamping the channel. And I was smoking this buzz, so I figured I'd review the strains. Why not? And the channel's been growing ever since. We're up almost 220 subscribers since I started the reviews. So that's crazy, man. I appreciate y'all coming along for the ride, man. But look, let me know down in the comments your favorite strain, what strains I left out, all that good stuff. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, man. But you know what it is. It's your boy Eddie Knight. I'm out.
Go dummy, Kyle.
We been on our grind trying to make something pop. It seems like forever. Seen a lot of dark days, even though I was brighter than a polo sweater. Only thing on my mind, set the pain to the side. We gon' stack this cheddar. We just having fun cause we young and we dumb and don't know no better.